All right, now it's stretching time. Post your favorite popsicle flavor in the comments so I know you stretched. Ready? Okay. Especially if you did ballet today, make sure you do this stretching or just stretch in general. So we're gonna start by pulling to the right. And make sure you're reaching your chest all the way to the floor. And to the left. And walk your hands through. And go ahead and grab onto your ankles and try to pull yourself in. And go to bowl. Make sure when you're pushing your bowl out, you're pushing your thighs, not your knees. And rock back and forth in it. And back up. Go ahead and cross your arms and do the clock. And while you're down here, shift your weight between your hips. It'll loosen them and flexing them up. Make them more flexible. Make sure to do this slow and not super fast, because then it won't hurt as bad. All right, now bring your legs down here. Go ahead and touch the floor or your shins or your thighs. And grab your calves and pull in. Try your best to stay as balanced as you can. And breathe in. And go back down. Try to pull yourself a little bit more. And go ahead and bring your left foot back to a lunge. Drop that knee, reach back, try to grab your foot. Back to lunge. Go ahead and put your elbows on the ground. Keep that back leg as straight as you can. And back to lunge. And up. And plie that back foot and flex that front foot. Hey, Naomi, could you move, please? And put that front foot down. And raise that back foot. But make sure most of your weight is on, should be your right foot. And bring it back in. And now you're gonna take your right foot, bring it back, and go into lunge. Drop that knee, reach back and grab your foot. And back to lunge. Go ahead and put your elbows on the ground. plie that back foot, or back leg. And flex that front foot. Really get that good stretch in the calf. Put that foot down. And relevate that back foot. Keep that leg straight. And bring it back together. Just like that. Good. Alright. And go back here. And reach down. Move your hips. Back and forth. And come down to bull. Rock back and forth again. Try to rock up on your heels and get your toes off the ground. All right, now come down to the floor. First we're gonna do butterfly. Remember to hold on right here, not on your feet. Down on your left, down on your right. I'm not tooting, that is my floor. And bring your legs forward and flex them. I want you guys to make sure you really stretch your calves out. And try to hold on to them, and while you're holding, try to point your feet. Really get that back stretch in. All right, and now point your feet. And for those of you, everybody, bring your leg in to where your foot is resting right above your knee. Keep that other foot out in front of you, and I want you guys to just massage it out. Push right up like this, right up along the foot. And bring the other one up, and same thing, push up. And lean back over. You should feel a little less pressure on your feet and probably a little more flexibility in your calves. So now we're gonna go to the right and hit that 4 and go directly over the knee. And go ahead and go kind of to the inside. And then lean back. That makes me want to take a nap. Can't hold that one too long. All right, go ahead and go into pigeon. Make sure your back leg is all straight. Can't see my back leg because my cat's in the way, but and go ahead and go to a Z sit and go directly over the flat part of your leg, not over your knee. And go ahead and go into your splits. Remember, you start up here, this foot facing out like this. Naomi, could you move so they can see? No. And you're gonna just bring it all the way out and down. I want you guys to sit on top of it. And try to lean over your leg. Really get that good stretch. And come out. All right. And to the other side. You're gonna hit a 4. Now lean over it. to the inside of it. Go ahead and lean back. Come back up and go ahead and go into the pigeon. Come into your Z-sit and right over that flat part of the leg. Really helps get that left hip stretched out. When you go over this way, it's not as long-term, doesn't help in the long term much. All right, and back up. Remember, like this. Your left leg should be facing forward. Your right leg should be out to the side, and you go straight down. Make sure that back foot, you're not up on your toes like this, because you can break all your toes. So make sure you're sitting up in it, nice and tall. And lean over it. Got one last thing to do. We're gonna do straddle over to the side, hold this, and go over to the side the other way, this, and come down the middle. Make sure those knees are still towards the ceiling. Good job, you guys already knew that. Breathe in, and breathe down further. Really try to get all the way down. And wiggle your legs in, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's good for your hips when you wiggle it in instead of just bringing it straight in. Just so you guys know. So when you're doing it at home, that wiggling helps keep it loose and moving rather than the bring in really quick. Just isn't as helpful when you're purposefully doing stretching. The wiggle works a lot better and helps loosen the hips. So we're gonna go back to this. Flex those feet. Really try to pull them up. Really try to reach them. I want you guys to go ahead and bring your left leg up, point your toes, and flex. Right in that calf, I know. I'm feeling it. Try to keep your shoulders down while you're pulling up your leg. If you can't pull at the foot, pulling at the calf, or even pulling at your thigh, I would suggest that. Calf or foot. And release it back down. And then do the same with the other side. Bring it up. Pointed feet. And flex feet. Really work on keeping those shoulders down. Flex that foot. And bring it down. And if you want to stretch out your back, do some bridges. I'm not going to do that right now. And good job. Keep it up. Post your favorite popsicle flavor, and also post your favorite quote from an appropriate movie. A appropriate movie, just so you know.